Welcome everywhere to the last game of the evening. It is game number 2 of Vincitore versus Burster in this 2-game series for the Joint of the League Season numbers 5 Asian Division 2. Vincitore so far today it's their second series. They are 0 and 3 for today, 0 and 11 all in the group stage here. They definitely need some form of break and, well, a positive break on that matter. Burster though definitely looking to just get themselves an easy 2-0 win. But we're HeflaTV, I'm Coucher, once again gonna be joined by Danny. Is this finally the moment for IV?
Let's be positive. I want them to finish off on a good note because for the moment, being 3-0, your morale is probably in the trash, in the dumps, pretty much where your feet are. So I'm hoping that they can finish off on a good note, try and finish up with a win, and hopefully they're gonna have something put on the board because having a negative score in JDL, yeah, I hope they finish off well. They didn't do too badly during the first game though. During the laning stage, they did incredibly well. Probably the best laning stage they had this day. But I'm hoping that if they have a bad laning stage this game, they hopefully can come back with a draft as well as execution. Because if we saw anything last game, they have potential, but it just feels like after a while, I don't know if they get tired or if they're having miscommunication or maybe I don't know. It just feels like all of a sudden halfway through the game they just lose synergy with each other.
Definitely so. I mean, last game, yes, global silence made it impossible for them to fight, but it's not like global silence is there for like every half a minute or something like that. But they were just unable to really capitalize on the fact when the global silence is on cooldown just because somebody was dead or they just didn't group up fast enough, which meant Storm Spirit found yet another pick off somewhere or Luna was off split pushing. Burster really just made Ivy run wherever Burster wanted them to run. Looking at the bans now though, Ivy, Respect ban out a Silencer, which has happened already once before today. Also, a Phoenix ban once again as Troll and Brewmaster removed by Burster, so is it Burster's time to pick up the Axe first pick, or are we gonna see like a Vengeful or Lion instead?
I'm surprised we haven't seen any Juggernaut today. He's a tier 1 band, tier 1 pick hero, but no one just seems to want to pick him up. Never mind, I've jinxed it. Vincitore's all of a sudden pick Juggernaut. I'm gonna stop doing this. I just keep jinxing myself.
Well, to be honest, Juggernaut ever since he got nerfed suddenly almost sees no play at all. I'd like to see if he's actually suddenly all that weak. Yes, the mana cost's pretty big deal to be honest, because Juggernaut really is lacking the mana pool usually. But they're also going for a Skyref Mage. This is the combination that I used to see like first departure run as a support duo before Juggernaut even became popular. Just Ancient Seal into Blade Fury is a crap ton of damage even on level 1.
Yeah, and you also have the slow as well, so they're not going to outrun a Juggernaut unless they have something like a Venomancer casting the slow before he throws the spin. So I think the main issue with Juggernaut as well was they lowered the cast range for Omni Slash, so he actually has to get a little bit closer to throw that out. And a lot of the times, because he's so close, he just gets stunned up by the supports and he either gets picked apart or he has to throw the Blade Fury first to get out of there, recover a little bit and jump back in. So that also might be a contributing factor towards why Juggernaut hasn't been picked as often as we would have assumed he would be compared to Axe, which they haven't really touched Axe, have they? No real nerfs going in his direction, but Juggernaut really receiving the not really a ban hammer, but
Oh,
nerf hammer
Axe got
from
nerfed as
Valve.
well in the same patch.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you get?
it's the Culling Blade's threshold, for example, is lower. Now with the Aghanim Scepter, it's 575 instead of 625 when it's maxed out, for example. So the
Okay.
thresholds got nerfed on every level by about 50, I think.
It's
So
not too bad.
yeah, it's not too bad indeed. So
Yeah.
that's why you still see Axe, but Juggernaut is kind of on the back foot now.
Yeah, well, we are going to see him this game, so let's see if he can hopefully bring victory to Victor. I, my brain's gone. My brain is absolutely gone. My
It's
Bristleback, second pick for Burster. So they have what seems to be an offlaner, unless they want to run it as a safe lane Bristleback. Very tanky, so if the Juggernaut tries to go for an Omni Slash on Bristleback, it's not going to be an easy kill. Because the Bristleback, he is very tanky, strength-based hero. He naturally builds strength-based items, so he's going to be able to withstand a lot of the damage.
also Vengeful Spirit, definitely a common hero to build a Medallion of Courage on. And whoever gets Omni Slashed, you can these days also use it on a teammate to give bonus armor to that one. So whoever gets Omni Slashed, if they are really separated like that, Vengeful Spirit being able to provide the bonus armor from a medallion might even make a difference there. Not a thing you see commonly, to be honest, because first of all, that also came in, not with the most recent patch, but I think the patch before that, wherein they say change the medallion like this. So most people are just not used to putting it on a teammate even. It's just, we got to go aggressive, got to use it just for kills and everything, but there is another method to apply it.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see a lot more medallion in games just because they've added that function to throw on your own teammates, especially when they're taking so much physical damage. If you're going up against a Juggernaut, up against an Axe, anyone that deals major physical damage, just having an extra, is it 9 or 7 armor?
It should be 7 now. I think it. I was so sure it's 6, but I have it in the back of my mind that it got changed to 7. Not entirely sure though.
If it's 7, 7 armor's a ton. You don't want to underestimate 7 armor. And it also gives you erosion potential if you want to go in that direction as well. So I would like to, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a core pickup on that bench. She should pick it up.
Yeah, it's definitely common. Sometimes you go for like an Erlen first, but at one point in the game, it just helps you with everything. Easy Roshan's,
Yeah.
for example. So yeah, it is minus or plus 7 armor should be now these days.
Oh, 7. For some reason, I don't know how I got 9.
It definitely used to be 6 beforehand, but I think that one also got buffed a little bit.
Yeah, maybe all of a sudden Ice Frog was thinking, I think Medallion needs a bit of a buff.
The
So.
cost also got increased by the recipe, though, I believe, by 75, so that's why they gave it plus 1 armor.
Oh, that's not bad, I suppose. But second phase of bans, so we are not going to see Storm Spirit this game. So Burst, if they want to go for a Storm, they're not able to now. Tidehunter is also going to be the ban, followed by Lion and Invoker for the bans on the side of on the side of
Invoker
Burster.
ban, is this like a Medusa and for Burster and them being afraid of like an EMP or something?
Yeah, it looks like it. The Lion, he seems like a standard ban because he is a very strong support, but he also has the mana drain, so that could be something that they're actually worried about. So yeah, they could pick up a Medusa.
Wraith
Um,
King, Medusa, something along those lines, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah, if they want to go for the support Wraith King, maybe. We don't normally see core Wraith King nowadays. They could use it as a surprise pick if they want to.
It would only work in the sense that if you get Omni Slashed, if you die, you don't care just because you're going to come back to life. But we'll see if Burster want to go for that one. I still probably think that Medusa is the likelier pick here. But Earthshaker, it's just Earthshaker Sky of Mage combo, definitely a strong one for roaming, for just more or less anything.
Long range
Also,
initiation as well.
yeah, just block somebody in with the Fissure, Blade Fury to follow, it's almost certain death.
Yeah, and if the Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger, all of a sudden he becomes a force to be reckoned with. So Burster, the moment they realize that Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger, they have to be very careful with their positioning because if they clump up, they get Echo Slammed. If they separate, they could get picked off by the Scarith Mage and Juggernaut, plus whatever other 2 heroes that Vin wants to actually pick up. So Rubik is going to be our 3rd pickup here for Burster, so that's going to be the 2nd support. They have a lot of spells to steal, so Rubik, not a bad pick this game. They have decent damage as well. They have the Bristleback with the Quills, with the Warpath stacks. You have Vengeful Spirit with the negative armor, with the Wave of Terror, plus the Medallion, which should be incoming. So the damage is not looking too bad. It could be better, but Rubik, very, very skill-dependent here, and I actually trust Burster to run this pretty well.
Yeah, especially if it's handled. Well, I think Crazy, I guess, is going to go on the Vengeful Spirit once again, but VKT. Silencer, maybe you can't go for like massive skill plays or anything, but his timing with the Global Silence was definitely nice, so might be the same with just getting those spell steals going. And we already saw
Yeah.
one Rubik as well. It was, I think, for the side of Erudite, played the Rubik, right? Going for the Aghanim Scepter first item.
Yes, Aghanim's Rubik and constantly stealing spells. Stealing the Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain and having the Aghanim's effect on it. Oh my goodness.
When it's, you know, things are bad when the enemy Rubik has a stronger ultimate than your own just original hero does.
That's just rubbing salt in the wound. That's awful.
At the
Oh,
moment though,
man.
there are no Aghanim's ultimates, so still never mind. I guess you can steal that Mystic Flare, use it without
And the
cooldown. But
Pretty
Rubik
sure
will no way in
Earthshaker-
hell have the mana for it.
Well, actually, if he steals any of these ultimates, they all have Aghanim's upgrades. If he wants to go in that direction, then He could if he wants to, or give him some nice stats, but a lot of the times you'll see things like Force Staffs, Blink Daggers, just mobility items so he can jump in there, throw the lift, and hopefully pick someone off very quickly. Though we are going to get a puck pick up here for Vincitore, so that looks like it's going to be their mid hero, or if they want to, they can run that off-lane puck. He's a pretty flexible hero, you can pretty much do whatever you want with that puck.
It's definitely nice. Also, even if they don't have the stance from the Earthshaker, that Dream Coil might just be enough to get the Mystic Flare going. Not the most reliable thing, of course, but it's something. As Bursting now picking up a Temporary Assassin. Puck, usually a pretty good mid laner, can harass quite nicely with his own attack animation, especially if you start with the Null Talisman for extra attack damage early. But Temporary Assassin with that refraction should easily be able to handle a Puck mid lane, I think. Maybe not win the lane, but not lose it either for sure.
Yeah, I think the TA, though, definitely going to have an upper hand, especially with the amount of damage that she's going to have with the refraction charges. So I'm expecting a lot of denies from the TA as well as CSing. So Puck probably going to have a hard time in the mid lane unless they want to put someone else there. Because they already have a carry in the Juggernaut. He scales very well as well. Puck, if he's going to be in the mid lane, they're going to have to pick something in the off lane that will... I think they need damage over time, because if you look at Vincitore, everything that they have except from the Mystic Flare is an instance of damage, like just one instance. It's not damage over time. So they need something to deal with the Templar Assassin and Sniper. Mid Sniper
Shrapnel is like so for it, I guess. Or at least you attack pretty fast. Maybe not the best hero. Blade Fury is at the moment probably the best thing to get rid of that, I guess. Or I suppose
Yeah.
so. What I was totally hoping for, which I knew is never gonna happen, was a Darkseer mid up against Temporary Assassin. Have Juggernaut build a Battle Fury anyway, then you vacuum into Echo Slam, into Dream Coil, and so on and so forth. Easy.
I think it would have been a good Viper game, actually. Viper does pretty well up against the Templar Assassin, and I think to an extent Razor is okay as well. Don't know if it was Razor banned, but Slark will be the last pickup for Burster, so they actually have some late game presence in that. Slark scaling very well. I think he scales better than a Juggernaut just because of the Essence Shift, as well as the Dark Pack. Sorry, not Dark Pack, the Shadow Dance.
I mean, Slark is, or he is going to be a absolute pain to deal with if you're real Vincitore, because yes, they have a couple of silences, but usually you can get the Dark Pact off before that one, or if not, maybe you're just gonna straight out survive with the silence. Maybe Vengeful Spirit's gonna swap you out if it really gets bad. So this Slark, really nice pick, especially up against the Sniper. If you go for a Blink Dagger, just close the distance, then maybe a little bit of help from that Psionic Trap of the Temporary Assassin, which you can use from a pretty nice range also. So I really like what Burster have drafted compared to what Il Vincitore has. It's not like IV's lineup is bad, but Burster, they should have just a means to deal with the Sniper here.
Yeah, I feel like Burster, for the moment their draft, it seems like they have more room for error compared to Ivy. Ivy, they can't afford to make too many mistakes. Their draft, it doesn't really allow for it, but it'll be based on execution for the moment. So Ivy, let's hope they can finish on a good note with the win. Burstero, all they need to do is they just need to win the laning phase, and if they need to, just bring it into the late game, because they scale very well with their heroes. Bristleback, he's actually pretty good with items as well. Not as good as a traditional carry, but he will get pretty tanky and very hard to deal with. TA, she actually doesn't do too badly in the late game as well. Depending on her item build, she'll either cap out or actually scale pretty well. Slark, do I have to say anything about Slark? Probably not.
Is it only me, but I think this Slark, like Shark cosmetic looks pretty freaking ugly. First of all, it's like sewed onto him. Like, it's like a Frankenstein Slark kind of creature monster.
I kind of like how it's placed on him though. It looks like it's actually part of the model. The only thing is like the eye sockets are massive. So it's like,
His
well, that's
his right
definitely
eye
helpful.
looks really sad, somehow. Or at least from some angle. The left one though, not so much.
I probably have the wrong HUD because I actually can't see the back of his eye because of the water.
Ah.
I have
Well,
the best
I'm just
HUD.
going into the showcase mode or whatever it is, just zooming in.
Oh, it just looks like he's tired. It's probably late. It's 12:50 where I am, so almost one in
He's
the
out of
morning.
water, he can't breathe properly, of course he's tired.
All right. All right.
But To introduce the lineups for Burster, Ion will be playing the Slark, leaving Lun on the Temper Assassin, VKT handling this Vengeful Spirit, so they're swapping Vengeful Spirit players, as Ion on the Bristleback, and the last one is going to be Crazy handling the Rubik.
Okay, so on the side of Ivy playing on our safe lane Juggernaut, it is going to be YFK. Coming into the safe lane, it is going to be his little support Earthshaker. He's going to be a stand-in playing in for Ivy today. His name is Francois, followed by Mong, who is going to be on the mid snipe, which I presume JR on the support Scarif Mage. And lastly, in the off lane, it's going to be our Puck, played by Liao.
So off lane Puck, although by the looks of things, he's going to be up against a safe lane Templar Assassin of all things. Huh.
That's different. We never normally see safe lane TAs. You'd expect them to be in the mid lane to really dominate it, but very different. Maybe... Oh, what's Puck doing?
They might still
50.
just swap things out. So wow, ball 52 HP. That's not a lot, to say the least. Did he just get bashed by Roshan?
I think he orbed in, got bashed, and just got all the way down to 50 HP.
Never mind. Telekinesis was used, but not to throw him onto the high ground. And now suddenly, because he just lands onto Blade Fury to follow as well, might be easy kills. Oh, the Freeman Fisher Shrapnel slowing them all down. First blood, maybe a little bit more. Nope, Magic Missile buys the time. Another Shrapnel. Had the Juggernaut just kept on running, I think could have caught up to the Vengeful Spirit, but still, first blood is IVs to take.
Yeah, so basically nice head start there for Ivy. Actually, Rubik staying a little bit too long, but never mind. They throw the Earthshaker on the high ground. I think he can still deliver a TP scroll to him, but he doesn't have money to buy it himself, so he's going to have to ask his teammate to buy it, which might be Scarif Mage, unless he's going to be that greedy support just to buy boots. They're just going to ping him on the high ground as well. There's two Observer Wards having a party here as well.
So, is Bristleback mid lane better up against Sniper than Templar Assassin, or do they want Templar Assassin up against Puck off lane? It's just weird to see that kind of laning.
I think they actually wanted to put the TA in the off lane against the Puck. Because I think Bristleback, his melee...
YFK, Blade Fury already used. Magic Missile, of course, not enough mana, it's on cooldown anyway. A few more attacks though. They failed to get the kill, okay. A little bit surprised that they failed that. For a second, it might have been VKT trying to leave the last attack to the Slark, but in the end, just made it so the Juggernaut runs away.
Did Juggernaut actually initiate that fight? Because he used a Blade Fury and he's got pretty much almost nothing left.
Yeah, he chased down the two heroes. The Magic Missile was also used, but he dodged the Magic Missile with the Blade Fury usage. So as he had the Blade Fury active anyway, he just ran at the two heroes. And after that, was a nice pounce from Slark, but only being level 1, just not quite enough.
Yeah, so unfortunately Earthshaker's still sightseeing on the high ground. The courier's trying to deliver it, but actually Crazy might be chasing after the courier Slark. They're getting a kill on the Juggernaut in that off lane, so nice pick up there for Burstone, but yeah, Earthshaker not having a fun game.
Just, why isn't anybody bringing him a TP? I mean, I don't understand.
He tried to, but
Okay, but somebody could hand it to him, right?
Ground.
If somebody else took it and then gave it to him?
I don't know. Maybe. To be honest, I've never been thrown on the high ground, so I don't know myself.
I mean, couriers don't have hands, so they cannot throw it to you, but heroes
This
do.
one does. This one does. He has a little baby Roshan. He's got red gloves too.
Those baby Roshan hands can't throw anything. It's like T-Rex has hands, but they're completely useless.
But T-Rex hands are like puny and there's like 2 fingers.
Oh, Crazy now. Well, with a double damage rune, he's just gonna get the kill on Earthshaker. Poor guy. Of course.
Pretty sure Earthshaker can just stand there and he's actually probably going to be out of range. Never mind though, he's dead. I think he wants to die just so that he can actually get off the high ground.
Oh, suicidal Earthshaker.
Very sad Earthshaker.
That's completely worth it. Rubik didn't even die for the lift of him there. It's just literally 3 minutes lost, and in some scenario it would have been worth it to leave him there for a little bit longer, but then again, getting a double damage one, perfect opportunity to get an easy kill like that, and also the 3-minute mark was closing in, so the courier would have been able to fly soon enough.
Yeah, they could have actually waited for that, so if the courier comes anywhere nearby, because they have an observer ward, they will see the courier coming. Just pretty much lift him if he tries to TP. Just camp him. Just leave him there. That would have been a horrible game, but at least Earthshaker, he has his feet back on the ground, and he is going to try and... I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of roaming around. He's thinking about what to do. Oh, he sees the Vengeful Spirit.
They might even go for the kill on him if they get the slow from a concussion shot, which they do. He's trying to run away, Fisher is there, but they're just gonna be able to bring him down with physical damage. Maybe one more arcane bolt. Magic missile just used. I mean, you might as well use it if you're dead anyway. Bottom lane though, looking at the other matchups, 20 and 7 on Lun's Temper Assassin, compare that to a 10 and 1 GG Liao. Also Psyblaze doing quite a bit of damage there, so Temper Assassin I guess is kind of to be expected, is winning the lane. Puck can't really use the high ground to his own advantage as he could in the mid lane otherwise. Mid lane also, neck and neck, 18 last hits on the Sniper, 19 on the Bristleback.
Yeah, looks like his sniper's actually going to go for the triple Wraith Band build. He's got 3 slippers of agility, unless he wants to go and finish up a Ring of Bassi. That's actually might be a quad.
They pop the sentry down. Oh, the silence though comes out of the Eon, and with the Blade Breaker he goes down. They wanted to bait in the Earthshaker, but couldn't even stop that Fisher from coming out in time. Magic Missile is there now, so crazy. I think he's going to be able to outrun it, but they saw the Invis getting picked up. They popped the sentry down on their lane as well. They even saw Earthshaker on the edge of the sentry, but they were trying to bait it out, but Ivy, they just caught Burster by surprise anyway.
Yeah, so nice pick up there for Ivy. Score is currently 2-3, so we're sitting on about a kill per minute, well, basically a bit more than that, really. It's not looking too bad here for Ivy, so it looks pretty even so far, aside from the Puck matchup in the offlane. TA definitely dominating.
Telekinesis into Fate Bolt, 1 smack and 1 quill spray from the Bristleback, just easy pickings there. Sniper, at least last hit wise, still not falling that far behind, but triple slipper. It's a build I've seen on like triple Wraith Band is something that throw rangers sometimes go for to get that early just boost of agility to boost up the precision aura for everybody. But
this one looks like quad though. He's got 2 more slippers left, unless he wants to sell one.
He has 1 set of slippers even in the inventory still. Oh yeah, that's what he put them. Yeah, he just put them there I think, but...
Actually, he might try and go for the kill here onto Ian. Can he get it? It would be nice if he can. Trying to chase him down. 1 more right click. Can he get it? He actually has 1 more shrapnel left. And can he chase him? He's got boots. His legs are too short though, so he's not going to be able to chase him down.
Damn dwarves. Juggernaut though gets a kill on Slark in the meantime. Omni Slash already available for him. Puck in the meantime, 1 right click away, Temper Assassin. No refraction, no meld. So it does go down. It's actually a little bit funny to see no meld. Of course, under the tower wouldn't have really helped him out anyway. But Temper Assassin gets the XP for it, whereas Puck does not. So still a just worthy trade somewhat.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate there for Mong not to get the kill on the Bristleback. If he did, that would have been a very nice bonus for him, considering he just came back into lane and just died. Although there is going to be a snipe thrown out onto Yun. He's not level 6 yet though, so he's not going to be able to regen that HP relatively quickly.
Oh, crazy though, on the run. 1 more Arcane Bolt JR. The jukes, crazy. Nope, 1 tree got eaten, no jukes anymore. Although Psionic Trap, a few more attacks. I think JR is going to lose his life there. Concussive Shot might just do the trick with the help of the Fisher. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for the perfect block, or now suddenly he might be the one in trouble. Then again, Puck comes in. No more refraction charges, 2 seconds. He gets 1 kill. He might even get the second one, maybe even a third if he's really lucky. There's the meld hit, even managed to get it off. And bottle charges shared by the Puck. Nice idea. But Temper Assassin just hits a little bit too hard by now.
That was a big misplay there from Ivy. I think they tried to go for a kill there just because they were waiting for the Puck to come in instead of just throwing down the Fisher. But unfortunately, a little bit too greedy, then they get punished by losing both their supports. And that's a 3 versus 1 matchup. That's terrible.
Might see something big in the mid lane. Might even see a 3 versus 3 action as crazy. He's gonna run into the 2 supports. Like, oh crap, did get the telekinesis of Fisher, missed as well. Arcane Bolt's coming. Assassinate was cancelled. The Shrapnel now another Assassinate. So he's gonna go down here. But Ian is around. Magic Missile onto JR. Should be an easy kill with 1 more Quill Spray. Ian though cannot really keep on going through the Shrapnel. But from that situation, it should have been just Rubik dying and should have been it, to be honest, since he did run into kind of a surprise by Ivy.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom lane.
So
Dream Coil is used. Lune does break the Dream Coil, maybe slightly mistimed, so GG I think he's going to stay alive. Then again, an Illusion Orb, yes, will guarantee the Puck safety unless you really want to keep on going. Try to get the Psy Blades, but Puck a little bit too far away from the creep there, I think. But 7-7 the kill score. Getting some pretty decent action here.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Much more action-packed this game. So basically, hopefully you viewers are enjoying it so far. Not passive, not watching a rice war here. But CS-wise, Juggernaut, Juggernaut's not doing too badly, considering that he has been aggressive tried for the majority of the game compared to the one-on-one matchup that TA had down bottom against Puck. So Ivy, it's not too bad. Although this TA though feels like he's gonna start snowballing soon. And I think Ivy, they have to start dealing with him eventually. And actually, Bristleback in the mid lane gonna die to the sniper. So nice pick up ball down bottom though. Puck, will he survive? Actually gonna be able to orb a little bit far enough. And actually, TA gonna be the one to run away. But looks like he is gonna get away. Puck. Probably the best time for him not to chase after the TA, just gonna continue on CSing.
It was also top lane at the same time. They got the pounce initiation onto the Juggernaut, but Juggernaut of course just played Fury your way to safety. So it was more or less action on all 3 lanes all of a sudden. But so far almost 2 kills per minute, not quite, but wouldn't be surprised if soon enough it would be. At least when we have quite possibly a Blink Dagger on Temper Assassin, or would you build Yasha or Drums before?
Depending, I feel like this is going to be a Blink Dagger actually on the TA just for some reason, but there is going to be the Dream Coil thrown out. They're going to try and go for a kill onto Lun, but Lun hitting like a truck at the moment. Got to be very careful, and actually, oh, JR taking a ton of damage from the TA. One more right click, finish him off, and actually, Puck, will he survive? He does. Last second phase shift, actually able to keep him alive for that tiny bit longer. So TA finally going to drop down, and all of a sudden, 476 gold going in the way of IV.
I don't think he got the Psyblade angle there, although I was so sure once he hit that Skydive Mage, at least for the first time, it should have spilled into the Puck as well. YFK now though, he has the Omni Slash, wants to make Eon back off, and Slark doesn't have his ultimate, so he's gonna have to man fight. Telekinesis with the Fate Bolt is there, but suddenly Omni Slash back into the creeps though, oh god. Little bit of RNG, Eon stays alive. But Fisher, well, never mind. Sniped.
Oh yes, sniped. Nice pick up there for Francia
It's
though.
10 minutes in and Slark is still not level 6.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem when you go for that aggressive tri-lane. The supports, I actually think the supports have been rotating a significant amount, but I'm surprised the Slark still hasn't reached level 6 yet. I thought he would have reached 6 by about maybe the 9-minute mark at least.
Yeah, and farm-wise, at least, well, he's about on the same level as the Puck is, so I guess it's not all that bad. This Puck really hasn't had a great game. Could have been even worse had he just died beforehand against the Tempered Assassin. But he, back on the lane, of course, is back to the bullying business, and looks like he's waiting for the Blink Dagger gold. And Blink purchase, level 10 already as well. Doesn't have a TP though to help out other lanes, but Blink meld into the Puck while Illusory Orb is cooldown might be a big deal.
No, this is a cheeky play. If GG Liao just moves a couple, if he just goes a little greedy, tries to go for the creep wave, he is going to get melded.
Bristleback, he's gonna go so down. Shrapnels to slow him down. Of course, concussive shot set it all up. Now, more shrapnel crazy. Even he might be in trouble. Monk assassinate is gonna get the kill. Even Magic Stick doesn't save him. Man, Sniper starting to do a lot of damage. That take aim being maxed out.
Down bottom though, Lun, he was Dream Coiled. He tried to go for a jump onto GG Liao, but unfortunately wasn't able to burst him down. All of a sudden he's healed up back to full, and now he's taking a lot of creep damage, so not many refraction charges left. Actually gonna blink forward, gonna go onto Liao. Can Liao get it? He is gonna phase shift silence. Orb 2 meters forward. He does die though. Is there gonna be a counter kill? Doesn't look like it.
So the Assassin finally gets some revenge. Oh, Shrapnel, he's gonna go for more meld hit into Monk. But he's gonna get silenced up now, so can't go for the Psionic Trap, which he definitely needed to get the kill there. Nicely saved by the Skydive Mage, and that's a huge pick-off to get if you're the Sniper. I mean, Sniper is 6-1-1.
Skyrith Mage is level 8 actually after that kill as well, so high, plenty of levels on the Skyrith Mage, but he actually has 7 assists as well, so he's been pretty active on the map so far. He's actually been in 9 of them actually, so lots of EXP on the Skyrith Mage. He actually isn't anywhere near Arcane Boots though, which is a bit of a shame. If he had the Arcane Boots, he could actually be a lot more active, especially with actually being a little more lenient with the Mystic Flare as well, because he would have a nice mana pool to work with, but he's doing pretty well. He's gone for 1 Null's Talisman just for some cheap mana pool as well as mana regen. And I think they want to go on the Bristleback because they gave the invisibility rune to the Scarlet Mage as well.
Definitely not an easy kill to get, but they've already shown that they definitely have what it takes to kill the Bristleback, even with only 2 heroes. Usually it's been Skydive Mage and the Sniper. I mean, Skydive Mage just boosts up, or well, does so much damage by himself already. Mid lane now though, said Skydive Mage has himself an Invis rune. They do want to go for Lun, who just activated Refraction Charge. It's going to be a little bit easier for him to survive. He blinks forward, melds in the trees, but Mongo already backed off far enough. Now Psionic Trap is there, but he's going to get slowed down. Shrapnel up as well in the Mystic Flare. He comes, swapped out just to play it safe. Arcane Bolt and the Assassinate, they get the kill. Man,
nice pick there for Ivy.
this sniper is on a roll. They're going to get crazy as well. First hit headshot to slow him down. YFK was even coming in, who was doing solo Roshan, level 4 healing ward. Wow, Ivy, this game looking solid.
It's looking really good for them too. And oh my goodness, Juggernaut actually going to go for Roshan as well, and with the healing ward, they can definitely go for it. So this is the best game that I've seen from IV today. Can they win with this? I hope so. They need a win. I'm rooting for these guys.
I mean, this sniper is getting a hell of a lot, so it might quite be possible here. At least up until the point that there's like a blink dagger on the Slark, but this Slark has been so shut down. Yes, so has been the Puck, but it's maybe you need the Slark to do more than the Puck. I mean, Puck can still offer the Dream Coil, maybe not as effective without the blink, or blink waning rift won't be there. At least he's still doing something, or at least staying alive for a little while longer, for example. This Slark though, is just such a long way to go still, and Sniper even gets a denied tower.
Yeah, I don't think I can see the mindset for Burstery to put him into the aggressive tri lane. They wanted to deny the Juggernaut as much farm as they could, but Jug, he's leading CS, and I feel like because they've done this tri lane with the Slark, he's actually a lot further behind than they actually would have anticipated. Because Sniper, he's a very big hero now, sitting on 2.5k gold, so he can go for any big item if he wants to. Don't know what he wants to go for though. He's sitting on a Yasha, so he can do anything that he really wants to. Not going to go for Mask of Madness, which I'm actually really happy about. I don't know if Mask of Madness would be the best idea this game, because if they are going to start using if they get the TA to just jump on the Sniper when he has the Mask of Madness active, I think he would be a very easy kill. But I hope the Sniper plays a little bit safely and they can carry this with the win. Yeah, you mentioned about the Puck and the Slark. The two differences between these heroes is that Puck, he provides his team utility. He provides another lockdown with a Dream Coil, a silence, a way to escape. Slark, he doesn't really give you anything for your team. Maybe just a pounce, just to keep them in place. That's about it. Actually, they're going to burst them down in the bottom lane. Very low heroes. The Eventual Spirit going to be the first one to drop down. Still Dream Coil though, and actually Ian looks like he is going to definitely die, so that's going to be the Bristleback down. There is a meld though popped on the TA, but actually TA going to come out of the meld and he is going to die as well. 3 heroes down. Slark was actually in the mid lane with the Juggernaut just then. He didn't die. No Omni/Huge though, but Slark is going to continue on farming this bottom tower. They're going to go in the way of IV. IV, please. Please win.
I mean, Mong, he did finish up a Manta style. I think it's a pretty decent item. You don't really need a BKB in this game. As YFK, he really wants to get the kill on Slark. He knows Shadow Dance is already in cooldown. Pounds forward, and YFK can't really follow up at the moment. But this Manta style on the Sniper is just... You can dodge Magic Missile. You can dodge Pounce as well if you use it correctly. And also just extra movement speed to make sure like Psionic Traps won't be the end of you, for example. So this Sniper... Nice itemization so far, I think. Also, just great play in general. 8, 1, and 4. The only downside to having such a great score is that you're gonna have a streak on your head. So if Burster do get the kill, they're gonna get quite a bit out of it. But Burster, they're just not getting enough farm on some heroes. I mean, yes, they have the Blink Contemporary Assassin, but if you compare the net worth of the Bristle and the TA to that of the Sniper and Juggernaut, it's like they almost have nothing.
Yeah, TA, he got a very fast Blink Dagger, but not too much damage or actually a HP pool to really follow up, so if he isn't actually quick enough, he may get bursted down himself. Bristleback, he's not too bad. Bristleback's actually tanky, but he's not really providing too much damage for his team, because for him to do damage, he has to be in melee range. And if you look at everything that Ivy has, they have so much kiting potential with the hero lineup that they have, that Bristleback, I see the only way for him to actually get in there is if he goes for something like a Blink Dagger or 4-staff, but you never see these items on Bristleback. You'd expect him to just run in there and do what he does, but would you expect a Crimson Guard as a pickup for Bristleback to help his team survive a little bit more? Because a lot of the damage from Ivy, they've got lots of magical bursts from the supports, but Sniper, he's doing a lot with those physical right clicks.
Yeah, I think it's probably a wise choice. It's not too much extra gold really if you already have the Vanguard as it is. And it looks like with the chainmail in the stash for him, it's going to be the buckler into the Crimson Guard. But Ivy now, they're on the hunt. GG Leo on the puck has managed to pick up the blink there, and they're going to find Slark. I think Slark does already pounce out. And there's the Dream Coil to try to set up the kill. Shadow Dance activated, but still taking too much damage with the Fissure. And of course the Mystic Flare also. In the meantime, Juggernaut is a little bit low on mana, so can't really use his ultimate, but he has the Aegis if really needed. And has a Basher finished up already.
Oh my goodness, Ivy's so farmed this game. This is their game to lose, and I hope that doesn't happen, because they're going to finish the day on a high, really. And I hope they do, because I don't know what they've been feeling between these games. They've had leads, they've lost them, they had these team fights, I think they can come back, and all of a sudden they lose the series, so let's see if they can get it. They're going to get a very fast tower. They are going to suicide the Juggernaut there because he has the Aegis anyway. Fissure going to connect onto 2. They get Venture Spirit as well as Bristleback and Sniper doing whatever he can in the back lines. TA doesn't really want to jump in, but she is going to jump in, but didn't really connect onto anybody. She is isolated, slowed down. Can they chase her down though? Looks like they will be able to. Puck can actually blink forward. Fissure though, thrown on the high ground by Crazy. They connect on a lot of heroes, and actually there was that Neko Swim. I don't think that looked like a Dark Pact, and actually one hero is left alive. It is Ian on that Bristleback, so a lot of heroes on the side of Bursteroo has gone down. They had to buy back on the Slark. This is a very, very bad situation for Bursteroo. They bought back on the Slark, so that means no item progression is going to be coming up on him anytime soon, unless they can somehow get a massive kill, and they would like to get Mong, but he has a team behind him, and there is an Omni Slash thrown onto a Bristleback, and he is dead within 2 seconds flat. Vengeful Spirit is back up, and so is the Rubik, but what can they do?
There's just nothing they can do, even more so now that the Earthshaker has picked up the Blink Dagger after the successful team fight and push. 4-staff also on the Skydive Mage for extra mobility, extra intelligence of course, making the Arcane Bolts even stronger than they are already. This game, like I said, is IVs to lose, and with the Rax advantage this early on, I mean, personally they really don't have a great lineup to deal with just Mega Creeps. Psyblades are decent-ish, Dark Pact is also reasonable in pushing things out, but Slark is only level 9 still, doesn't even have Dark Pact max yet.
Yeah, this Slark is really dying for farm. I just feel like he shouldn't have actually decided to buy back, because if he buys back, what does the Slark really give you in killing potential? He jumps in, throws the pounce on somebody, and he either connects on them or he doesn't. Dark Packs, or you just Shadow Dances, and if he doesn't get out of there fast enough, he just gets bursted down to nothing, because he's not even sitting at 1k HP. And look at this burst potential in IV. Actually, there is going to be an engagement in the middle lane. Puck, they're going to try and escape from the TA. TA actually going to go in the other direction. Nice play there from Puck, actually not to go to the orb, because TA would have actually gone in that direction and actually popped the invisibility rune as well. So Puck's fine for another day. Dream Coil off cooldown. Going to go into the secret shop, and what's he going to pick up? That's gonna blink.
It's just got us excited for nothing. Might be a Yule Scepter next, possibly. Some Puck players would like to go for like a Hand of Midas even later on, just to make sure like the Hex is there to follow up, possibly an Aghanim Scepter. For now though, Ivy, they're just pushing out down in another lane. They don't really care that much. YFK has something coming out. He definitely purchased something on the Juggernaut, or maybe did he have a Yasha before? Might have been that one then.
I think he's picked up the Yasha.
Okay, so still has lots of gold on himself. Sniper, even more of course, has himself an ultimate orb, 2.7k after that as well. So I have Skadi most likely coming out on the Sniper. Level 16, as in a level 3 Assassinate also close by. But Healing Ward is there, everybody's healthy, and Burster, they're just in no position. Even Ian is TPing back, but they're gonna leave Ian on the Slark still trying to get the tier 1. He will get the tier 1, but by that time their own tier 3 will fall, I think.
Yeah, so Ivy pushing through these towers very quickly, really chewing through them. Oh my goodness. Ian, he's actually going to be very careful. He has the Crimson Guard, but he can be taken down pretty quickly by the heroes on the side of Ivy. They have so much damage output, and Earthshaker, he is actually ready with the Enchant Tome, actually expires, but his Blink Dagger is off cooldown. He's ready to go. Although we have a smoke rotation on the side. I think they want to try and go for a surprise play. Is this going to actually pay off in the end? We'll have to see how this goes. So we are going to have TA actually going to blink into the backline. Going to jump right onto Mong, but actually missing the first 2 hits up on the high ground. Omni Slash are going to connect onto at TA. TA is already down and out. No buyback. Vengeful Spirit going to be the second one to follow, as well as the Rubik in the backline being chased out and finished up by the Scarith Mage. They buy back the Rubik. They still have Slark and Bristleback. What can they do? They have 2 melee heroes, one that can effectively do nothing, and they have a support that does no damage. And Slark, he dies up top to an Earthshaker.
And they're going to lose
Level
Ian
10.
on the Bristleback as well, I think. Assassinate will come out, cancel for a second, and just go with right clicks. Shay-R gets the kill, and Ivy, if they don't win this game, I don't know. It's almost impossible to lose this one from this point, I think.
You need to not jinx them, because I jinxed the Juggernaut pick.
I don't think my jinxing power is strong enough for this. Even the caster's curse will not work, and yes, GG, well played, Burster. Forced to tap out here. Ivy, first win out of 12 games.
Series.
But maybe it's gonna be the start of something, because this draft in general just felt a little bit better for them.
Yeah, and they played phenomenal as well. Like with the showings that they've had before this game, it didn't actually look quite good. They had some decent starts, they had some bad starts. They did okay recovering, and then other times they didn't really recover. But this time they got the lead and they kept it. The sniper though completely dominating the mid lane, only dying once as well, and that was from a gank when he was still pretty level. I think it was the Rubik rotation with the bristleback, so they only got that kill, but after that sniper, it's just skyrocketing in terms of net worth.
Yeah, all in all, just great play by them. Support, rotations, everything was spot on. And Earthshaker, even though the start was a little bit rocky, him being on high ground, still just managed to come out from there, died, but didn't let himself get flustered or anything. So guys, this will conclude this just broadcast for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching all of those games with us. Hopefully you enjoyed the games as well as the casting, of course. And if you did, be sure to check HeflaTV for more on Facebook and Twitter, HeflaTV for both. Also, you can find me at Coucher. And Danny, where can people find you?
I have shamefully made a Twitter account thanks to Hefla. Thank you, Hefla. But if you want to find me at Twitter, just give me a follow at Danny Lee Casts. It's actually in the title of the streams. If you're watching in stream, just look up there. The spelling's up there. My name's spelled funny, so hopefully you find it up there.
Yes, it's not that hard. Plus, especially like you said, there's a cheat sheet on the title. So
Yep.
also you're gonna find it by Moobot, I do believe, in the chat if you need to. But having said that, guys, once again, appreciate it that you came. And just to finish the stream, we're gonna have a few songs, and we'll be probably back tomorrow at 16 CT at the latest, I believe, with Awake versus Execration. Should be a great series. Also for Join Dota League. At the moment, Execration are number 2, I believe, and they're gonna have Awake being on 3, I think. Yes, Awake number 3, Execration number 2. So should be a great game for this series. But tomorrow, 16 CT. Maybe we're gonna have some American Dota earlier on as well. But for now, we're done, guys. Have a good one.